Hi everyone, it's Claudine, and I have some ATCs to share with you. And first, let me show you. I got this lace at a little local store here in town, and 10 cents a yard. Can you believe that? I got that for 10 cents a yard. I was really excited to get that. Okay, so I'm going to be doing an ATC swap with LilRhondaLee. And if you haven't seen her channel or her beautiful journals that she's made, you need to stop by and check them out. They're just gorgeous. I'll put her link below. She's so talented and has such a knack for doing vintage journals. Beautiful. I just love them. So we're going to be swapping 5 ATCs. And this is the first one that I made. It's a vintage kind of grunge style, and the first thing I did was distress it with some walnut stain and a vintage photo, and then I stamped it with a little tiny script stamp that I have. I've had that stamp for a long time, and it's not in its package, so I don't know the name of the stamp, but I do know that I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it was quite a while ago. And as you can see, it's really tiny. Yeah, I love that. And then I stamped a little bit of floral around the edges as well. And I used this archival ink, sepia. So it matched everything else real good. I have on here Unlock Your Heart. And I have some keys on the heart here and a little lock and key here. This piece and this piece are little clay pieces that I made, and I used paper from this paper stack. I don't know if you can see that. It's 180 pages, and it was on sale at Hobby Lobby for $9.99. I was so excited to get that because it's got some beautiful vintage paper in it. And I used this little paper right here for the heart. Has the keys on it with some print, and then I used a stamp from this little section here. This is like a whole page of stamps. So I'll just flip through this real quick and let you see some of it. Some awesome paper. So much to work with. It's just regular scrapbooking paper. It's not heavy duty. It's only printed on one side. But still can be used for a lot of different things. And I only used a couple of pieces out of it. There's the keys. So yeah, this was really great buy. Anyway, getting back to the ATC, it's let's see, I got Butterbee Scraps piece here, and it was a round one, and I cut it in half, and I've got half of it under here and half of it right here. I rubbed a little bit of gesso on it and some of that turquoise alcohol ink to give it more of a distressed look. So this is the first ATC, and I named this one Locked Heart. Okay, LilRhondaLee is a musical person, and I've never heard her sing, but I've heard that she also sings. I would love to hear her music, and I know it's beautiful. So I wanted to do a little ATC that had a musical theme to it, and this is what I came up with. It says on here, music is love with rhythm. And the first thing I did was create a background, and I did that on Photoshop. I printed her name diagonally across the page. You can see that. And I added a couple of butterflies right here. And then I distressed it with some walnut stain. And then I had this little music sheet that I distressed real good. And then I've got some little moss here and some little flowers right here. sorry. I think you're supposed to give flowers to a performer after they perform. So, Rhonda, this is your flowers I'm giving to you. I fussy cut the little butterflies, and there's a little wooden musical beat, music note there. And I edged all around the edges here of these little pieces with some of that gloss varnish to give it a little shine. And I also coated the butterflies with that gloss varnish, and I thought that would help protect it. So this is for you, Rhonda, and I hope you like it. And the name of this one is Music is Love. Okay. The next thing I did, I've been practicing a little bit on trying to paint. I've been watching lots of videos and tutorials, and I can't begin to tell you specifically anyone in particular. But so this is what I've done. It's a little scenery, and I painted this with acrylic paints. So these are little artist trading cards. So this is my little art card, and so I'm just a beginner, still learning, struggling. And I got little mountains in the background and some water and a waterfall in the front with some trees. And this was a lot of fun to make. And I did title this one, it says Waterfall. Okay. And then I decided to try it again. Of course, I did a lot of them. Yeah, I went through a lot of them. This is the next one that turned out better than the rest that I had done. And it's another little scenery. And I got mountains in the background. I've got a shack on a hill overlooking a little river running down there in the bottom. And I got some boulders right here in the front, right here, and right here. So this was a little tricky trying to do it on a tiny surface. But it was a lot of fun to do, and I'm just going to keep practicing, just keep working at it. Okay, so I use a glass cutting board as a palette, and that acrylic paint dries pretty fast, and so I was scraping the paint off of that glass, and this is what I've got. And I got to looking at it, and I thought this had some really cool effects, and that gave me an idea. So as I scraped off the paint, I started Mod Podging it on a little ATC card. And this is what I made. Can you believe it? Okay, so you pile all that stuff on. I put 2 coats of gloss varnish on it, and then they call it art. And that's why I titled it the way that I did. I did rub a little bit of that silver gold, Inca gold, on the top and around the edges. This is a little piece of art that I had, and I cut a little chipboard and added some little paint splashes here, and I got a little paintbrush. But it's got a lot of color and texture in it. I thought it turned out pretty cool. And the second one is similar, except it did have a little more green to it. So I distressed the little tags with some of that crushed olive distress ink. And but basically the same. And this light is putting a little glare on it, so you can't really make out the color, but you should see it in person. And so I decided I would name these Painter's Palette. So I'm doing another swap in November with Lynn, Scrapitydoodah. And so that's why I've been making a lot of these up. And I haven't decided yet who's going to get what. Let me see if I can turn these where you can see them. But I know for sure this one's for LilRhondaLee because it's got her name on it. And what I had planned to do is, as I pass on one of these little paints here, I will add this little palette, or this one, because it goes with it. It's the leftovers from the painting. I know y'all think I'm crazy, right? So anyway, this is my little ATC share, and I hope you like them. And Rhonda, I hope you like yours. And Rhonda and Lynn, I'm just really looking forward to the swap, and I appreciate you doing this with me. And y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching, y'all, and for your really nice comments. Bye-bye.